Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. Kind of forgot that it was some things that needed to be done, and all of a sudden changes. I planned this to be at 4 p.m., but things change. Mercury retrograde. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here. First things first is the energies. You gotta be patient with the current energies. They're intense. They're Mercury retrograde goes, and it's kind of like turning moments. Saturn is kind of like slowing things down. Other side, Mars is pushing the energies up in areas you might feel like disconnect with the divine, or so on and so on. Be patient with everything, especially what's going on in here. Uh, Yesterday, after the chat that we had here about getting out of the matrix, realized something very important actually came in like a download. It was huge. It's kind of like explain me why the most of the twin flames, they're not together. And that's what we are going to share with you guys. Hi, Margaret. Hi, CJ. Hi, everyone that are here. What that is, though, that is a something that we don't realize it have within us. When this programming, as we talk about within the matrix, that comes in from the society and everything, we actually build something from within itself, with our own self. And we created this frames of what the thing should be, what the things has to be, what it needs to be made. But since we are at twin flames, we also did something that we didn't realize from all the programming of what twin flames should be. Okay. And from that, what twin flame should be, we don't realize that we bring our old programming of what twin flame should be and must be, or has to be, and what they need to do. What do you need to do as a twin flame? Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being here. And I was looking at yesterday, just kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks, like that. You gotta look deep into this. I was looking to this programming more deeper after the talk. Usually that's what happens. After I'm talking to you guys, I realize some things. And Brinta, good morning. Thank you for being here. And I look at it more deeply. So figure out that we not only living on a matrix, okay, but we also living from what it's in our internal world. And you as a personality, before even waking up as a twin flame, you have this requirements. What do you require to have in life? The basic of this society-based rules, okay? And now this requirements, there is, you don't believe it, but if you look at it more deeply from within you, this requirements that goes in when you are about to go in union with physical, with your twin. These requirements, they're actually your internal jail with you. And a lot of the times why twin flames they're not together is because maybe the one or the other, they have this internal jail, they have fears, they have secrets, they have something to hide, and they stay in that jail, but they want their twin flame to join them into the jail cell, kind of like imprisonment. Okay, could be a both have this, and the one tries the other to go into this. Hi, light worker. Thank you for being here. And they both are trying to go and push the other one into the jail. Well, the jail is made it from you. You made that jail. You made that requirement. You made all this crap from within you, and you have these fears to get out of the jail. But the door is open. The door is open. Okay? You have this light within the soul that leads you to get out of it, to break all these patterns, all these bars that you put in from within your brain of your limitations. Okay, so imagine that you have all those fears, you have all those things inside of you, and you want to be with your twin flame at the same time. It ain't not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. Or you're trying to bring your twin flame who is outside, you're trying to tell them come here, come by me, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be safe. But guess what? They don't want to let it go. And now there is this energy problems between you, okay? Because you want certain requirements to be fulfilled. In order the things to happen, is neither the one, neither the other have to have this inner jail and secrets and so on and fears and so on, okay? It is about you to be out and open, out in the freedom, out in the public. And that's what the twin flames who overcome this outdoor, out in the public, out in the things, they are the ones to succeed. If you haven't fixed this inner jail, okay. Hi, Casey. Thank you for being here. A bird in a cage with the open door. Yes, light worker, exactly. But look inside of you. What is your cage is, okay? Your cage could be what did you do in the past? Your cage could be fear, your anger issues. It could be whatever issues you have. I mean, name it. You can, so many issues. It could be for example, money that you owe and your secret, which is debt. You could be something that has to do with what do you think is proper in the relationship. You could be out of a fear. You could be breadcrumbing. But breadcrumbing your partner, you're breadcrumbing yourself. You want to be happy, but you can't be happy because guess what? You didn't learn how to give. Well, in love is when you give. It's the higher level of love is when you give, not only when you receive. Everyone is okay with receiving, okay? But when it's giving, you have this power of love higher to give. A lot of the people don't understand that. Even some of the twin flames, that's what the level of love within the twin flames rose up so much. To break those bars, to break these limitations, to break these things out of it. And I brought some a few quotes that I picked it up and kind of like we're gonna go over through this jail situation, okay? But if you're trying to bring your twin flame into your own jail, guess what? There will be no happiness. If they trying to get you in their cell, there will be no happiness. You need to understand that the both have to break everything, totally broke off and get free and drop all these cages, drop all this mentality. All right. So let me get you this quote that I have for you. So most of the people, they don't realize that inside of them is I constructed my prison with bars of self-will. Self-will, it comes in from your mind because within your mind you build that. There is you self did it, you self created, okay? I mean, you put those requirements there. Why you put those requirements and why you want to be happy, okay? If you put the requirements and that is the requirements for happiness, but guess what? You don't fulfill the requirements to your own self. So guess what? Somebody comes in and fulfill them and it's like you can't fulfill them. Guess what? You can be able to do this within. That's why the things that you want, you have to do first. You have to give first. You have to make this action happen first, okay? And self-indulgence from which I could not escape. I mean, you indulging yourself by, hey, I mean, I need the husband because he has to provide for me, or I need the wife to clean for me. I need, okay? It comes in from I instead of we have to be. We have to work together, live together, do it together. Okay, you realize the difference from within. Now within the requirements, instead of having I, which is from the ego, there is the we, which has come from we union. Okay, and this what there is. Johnny, hey, Dio, sending the love energy to everyone on the chat. Yes, guys, we gotta send this love to between each other here to support because those energies that comes in, sadness, aggravations, and so on, and a review of what happened in the past, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 years, or whatever you have in the past. It comes up and it's strong. Sometimes you may even have 5D arguments and fights and for it, but take a look deep from within. Just give that fight to God, okay? Send your twin flame who is angry to the God. Just tell him, just go there, okay? Don't fight in 5D, okay? Fight in a 5D sometimes is worse than fight in real life. For it, some people connect me, deal, why is this crazy energy? I told you guys, the energies are nuts, okay? Just, they are. It's shift. A lot of things are shifting in the sky. Venus is going close to Uranus. We're having Mercury retrogrades returning. He's very close to the North Node. That is kind of going to be like, I didn't fulfill my thing. I didn't fulfill my destiny. I didn't fulfill this. I didn't make this. I couldn't escape. I couldn't done. Ooh. You probably all feel these energies for it. Also disconnections. You kind of like disconnected. It's like you feel what's going on. It is downloads. It's, if you catch up on a train, you kind of like disconnect from everything else. You're moving somewhere. Guess what? They disconnect your old things that you do in order to download the new things. The old stuff are removed, the new stuff are coming in. It's kind of like, the divine is doing a great things for you. Okay. So the next thing that I have, it's a lot of the twin flames, they don't realize this. Okay. If they were realizing it, this, all right, they could have done it much better. You don't see it. Okay. I'm sorry. You cannot escape a prison if you don't know you're on one. Do you realize that by making requirements, you actually did a lot of this jail from within? And now you have a fear to get off of this jail because that jail, it's your comfort zone. Okay. Good morning. Can everyone, will things get better once Pluto leaves Capricorn? Carl, yes. Once Pluto leaves Capricorn will be a little better, but there's going to be a lot of revolutions in a good way. We are going to be a little better, but for right now, with this retrograde and Capricorn, that is like to review our cardinal things that we do into the earth, because Capricorn is the cardinal sign, but also a public servant. And you as a public servant, what do you do in life? You're programming from within. And since Pluto, it's the transformation, but transformation can happen the good way, the bad way. Also, got to be reminded you that Pluto is the one that can drag you to mud in order you to realize you're in the mud, or he can bring you up to the heavens and tells you, here you go. That's what the paradise is. That's what the unknown power that Pluto has, the unknown. If you pay attention to the astrology sign that is, let me write this for you guys. I think that's important. Okay, if you look at it here, Pluto sign, all right? Unknown energy that it's here, the unknown energy that it's here, it has no connections here. Okay, so it is the power of the energies of the transformations, the things that you, when you think, is something you don't touch, something you don't feel, but the energy is captured here and is brought it down to the earth. Okay, that's what that is. It's brought it down to the earth, and that's what Pluto is we getting this energy from here to come to us, and transformation is going to happen, but we got to be patient with ourselves. We have to be at patience with our own selves. And Carl, girl, that was a very good question. Okay, I mean, we are going to have experience in this next year and a half too, these transformations, but are we going to transform collective, or are we going to transform within ourselves? And it's going to be a lot of things that are going to come up. Okay. Hi, Helen. Thank you for being here. Maria Richards, thank you. Hessa, thank you for being here. I felt that personally, finally. I knew it from since I thought I was normal. Scorpio rising, oh dear, sweet misunderstanding, misunderstood Pluto. Yeah, by the way, there was a question that I was asked who's going to be more affected through this situations, and I actually replied because she's a colleague of mine. Okay, so here is what I'm going to wrote it to you here. Okay, this is Taurus right now. You have to understand here on the opposite side. This is the north node. Okay, that is the north node, and here is the south node. So this is the past. That is the present. Okay, and that is this line here. So here it's Taurus, here it is Scorpio. Okay, and now we are having a Saturn, which is in the Capricorn. Okay, and we have Saturn up here, and now Saturn is squares all this. Okay, I'm sorry, Saturn is in Aquarius. I'm sorry. Like there was something that wasn't there. Since we're talking a lot about Pluto, I mixed it up, but Saturn is right here. So now, what gonna affect more? It's the mirror side, okay? And what is in the mirror side is opposite direction, and that is a Leo, okay? And we talked about yesterday about this because that opposition here, since the planet is here, what it's gonna opposing is the energy of Leo. Where it squares here is Leo. Where it squares here is also Leo. But since the South Node is in Scorpio, you understand, you already passed through this energy. Taurus is not that much affected because it's in their own sign. So Saturn is in Aquarius. He's like, okay, well, the Aquarius, they know how to deal with Saturn. But Leo, your ego, your situations is not. So careful if you have something within Leo. We talk about this, and today we are going to have astrology kind of like talks, kind of like we get in it to see because there's something going on with the. We need to look at it more deeply, and we're getting together tonight with this, and I want to be having some talks about that with other people because something has to be looked more deep. It's not only like in the surface. It's the same thing from within you. You need to understand. Never look the things in the surface. Try to understand them more deep from within. It's the same thing with this jail that you created from within yourself, and you can't get yourself out of it. Okay, so. And the people who are with these four zodiac signs, they can have a lot of pressures and tensions for it. But if you have anything within these four zodiac signs, be mindful, please. Be mindful with yourself. Okay? But in order you to escape this jail, we have to break this. And Casey Snipes, 23 people, my favorite number. Hi, CF, thank you for being here. Crow, you're welcome. You're welcome. Terry Wilson asked me this question. She's actually an astrologer. And back in the days, we know each other. We did the workshops and we talk about it. And she understood it. What was that all about? Because sometimes we look at things, but we, even as astrologers or as energy things, we have tendency just to kind of like look at, oh, okay, this is it. But there's something inside of you. It's like, no, it's got something more. Hey, go deep, and you're like, what do you mean deep? Go deep. And now, since we are going more and more deep with the things that we do, this deep energies is going to be even coming stronger as Pluto's transfer us to Aquarius. Okay, realize what is your inner jail though. Realize these things, because now we're talking about this Saturn energy that prevent us from what we had in the past lives or recent past, and what we have and what should we receive for the present. Okay, but if you're in a prison within yourself, Saturn says, like, oh, we're going to imprison you. Okay, I'm going to lock you with my rings, and until you don't learn the things, you didn't understand that you are going to be free, I ain't doing it. And now Saturn is going to be in retrograde mode. And the energy of Saturn is doing retrograde mode. It's going to be working on this inner jail. It's going to be working on this. And I'll be happy in the next 4 or 5 months. You're probably going to do a lot of inner works coming in. A lot. Okay. So let's see. All right. One of the things is forgiveness, but would you forgive yourself? If you don't understand that you damage yourself more compared to the thing says, because this quote here, it's that if it hurts more to hold grudges than to forgive. Yeah, that's true. And I can tell you from personal experience, okay, grudges are grudges, but what is the grudges are? The grudges are that your twin doesn't come to your jail, or your grudges can be that you cannot get them out of their jail. Because anytime you point them out that they're in the jail, they take it as an attack. Okay? And guess what? If they try to bring you into their jail cell, guess what? You're accepting it as attack. So here is, you're getting these grudges. But if you look at it more deep from within, those grudges, they're going to be gone. They're not going to be there. Right? Sounds like a time capsule, time Saturn related for sure. Yes. Yes, Maria, a lot of you are sensing this. Okay. The anger we hold inside damages us. How many of you have the anger at your twin? It made a whole lot of a mess. Okay. Raise your hands. Just say hi. Just put like the. Okay. Be honest to yourself. Be true to yourself. But why did you get that anger? Maybe something made you anger. Maybe the actions of your twin makes you anger. Or your internal jail makes you anger, that you can't break it off because it's your comfort zone. That's what you feel comfortable with. Twin flames, it's coming in here to break anything and everything. Twin flame came here to you to be free, you to free first yourself and then the society. Then it came in to play games. All right? And you damage yourself, not somebody. Okay? You might hurt people. That is a karma, if you don't know what I'm saying. Was angry here and there, but no longer. There you go, Casey. Here, you stated publicly now that energy of that anger, it kind of like floats out. You probably feel like when you stated that you are angry at your twin publicly, you see that energy kind of like flows out of the way, out of you. Guess what? You admitting, you freeing that energy out of yourself, but you understand all this. Okay. As I work through things, I become less angry. There you go, Casey. As you work through it, and you transform the anger to a power of knowledge, power of something that from within. And you're reaching this high level of understanding. Okay. But the worst part is down in the bottom. Do not be prisoner of yourselves. Guess what? Both you twin flames, they don't have to be prisoners of their own selves. And this is probably the most crucial part from within twin flames is, guess what? We're prisoners of our own selves. And that is our own egoistic basic thing that we have inside. And ego lives in that jail. Ego creates that inner jail of you, not something else. The ego, maybe you learn it from programming friends. We already talk about this stuff, okay? But that is what the ego is. The more bars, the more situations, the more things you did in life, the more bars you have, the more hard it is to get off of it, unless the love opens the key and you open the door and you walked out. Now you don't have to break, jailbreaking your cell, breaking a one limit and go through it. That's not going to do your work. You still have a work to do. But if you realize that all these limitations from within you, they prevent you to be happy in life, and you're like, okay, I want to be happy. I'm going to get out with the love. You find your key from within, because the key for that cell is from within you. You create it. You know where did you put that key. The key of happiness from within yourself. Okay? But guess what? Some of you wants to have that key, that open the door, they let somebody in, and they don't let somebody out. And guess what? That is the obsession for it. You keep that person within that prison within your own self, and then it hurts. It will hurt. It's going to get hurt. Okay. Um, yeah, Hotel California. Very good, Maria. Yes, so worked through a lot of anger, sadness remains though. Carlos, yes, I mean, it's been heavy. To let's say in the past 2 days, it's been a heavy energy. I think like yesterday afternoon there was so much. I mean, there was like pouring of that negative energy. It was like, ooh, okay. The more I tried to grasp and make it happen, the further drove my twin flame away. Yes, there you go. The more you're trying to get your twin flame to be within your own jail, guess what? They don't want to go in the jail. Why? You limitate them. You tell them what to do. You go ahead and set rules, okay, and set things. And guess what? They have to follow your rules. You basically trying to break them. A lot of the twin flames, they fight because they try to break the other under their rule. And that is the worst fight within twin flames. I mean, if you look at it inside, you try to break them so they can be with you or under you, okay? So they can fulfill what they need to do. God, send them to God. God knows exactly what to do. And you're looking up to the divine will tell you what to do, okay, for yourself. All right. But if you see that they're in the jail and you tell them, listen, you're in the jail, and here you have fear, you have this problems, that you have this secrets, you have this, you have that, and guess what? They're gonna take it and as an advice. If they were looking to God and to you, they're looking at now like a personal attack. And when they get in as a personal attack, then they get withdrawn from you. You don't feel the love anymore, and now you're like, what the hell happened? That's what happened. Okay, pushing the buttons. Okay, Casey, let's see. The chat. To where I was myself, and that I was starting point of inner healing, Casey. Once I realized that my twin flame was with me, that the spirit and nothing could break that connections with the divine. Then my sadness was lifted. Even the death, my person, I weren't immortal by a connection. That love, how I have for her soul, she's immortal. Mortality, the soul lives forever, so only transforms one way or from another, Casey. And it's great that you share these things with us. Every time you attempt to react in the same old way, that is it, because you used to do the same things. But with twin flame, is you gotta stop acting like this. Okay, you have to stop acting. Put your act as a soul, not as what you have inside of it. And ask if you want to be a prisoner of a past or a pioneer of the future. There's a lot of the thing that twin flames have to understand. That writing here from this quote. Okay, if something happened to you in the past and you are acting the same way, guess what? You become the prisoner of this, because that's what you do. That's what you've always been doing. Okay, instead of put your past behind and begin to create something. A big thing from within the twin flames. They know they have to create something. They know there is some kind of mission. But guess what? They have to let it go of this past if they want to make the new future. And this is one of the biggest things, is that your past could be your jail, and a big, big why. If what you know. When the runner twin doesn't do any inner work, will the universe bring in another? If it's you supposed to be with someone, so you can bring in an advanced soul. So, for example, light worker, if you were meant to be to having a kid as a child, so that child soul waits for you to have a kid because it's your vibrations. Guess what? The union, the divine is going to bring somebody. Okay, because there is something that needs to be done. That is a determined by something have to happen. Okay, if somebody has to be born, they're gonna be born, even if that could be, let's say, one night stand. If you're a female or you're a male, doesn't matter. And you meet someone, somewhere, and all of a sudden, boom, pregnancy. It doesn't matter, all the things. Okay, because divine is in control of this. All right. And if your twin doesn't want to work with it, they tell to God no, and God is like, well, I got a program for you. Okay, this is like thinking about it. Our work relationships, they're set up like this. Okay, you're supposed to go to work, and you say, I'm not going to working. And guess what? The company goes and calls another company, or calls somebody. It's like, hey, can you come to work? But we don't treat it the relationship with God how we're treating the relationship with work, because guess what? If you don't show up for work, we don't make any money. You don't show up 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and they tell you bye bye. It's the same thing within the twin flames. It's not much different. We need to understand our basic human behaviors. It's pretty much at the base of our divine behaviors. You don't have a basic human behaviors base. Guess what your spiritual behaviors will be? A nightmare. And that's what you see a lot of the people out there with the spirituality. One day they post in a very nice quote, and the next day it's like, screw this, crap that, and this and that. All right, you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't think you get another twin. The journey, I think, is Casey. It all depends of the destiny, but I need to tell you this. It all depends. You may get a soulmate with the higher connection. Okay, but the universe is more stronger than anything. And if you're trying to fight it or limitate yourself, now if you say there is no another, you put a limit in there. I know a lot of you want that person that wakes you up and you make the fall in love with so high. But if they don't want to, because that's where was the questions was like, if they don't do the work for the divine. And my twin called out sick too many times. Yes. Okay. And all that is an interesting perspective. I like that, though. Okay. Let's see what else I got here. Spoiling yourself. Oh. When you indulge yourself in a bitter thought, indulge yourself in the bitter thought. That's when you go into your depressions and sadness. It feels so satisfying to fantasize about payback. When somebody hurts you and you're thinking about how to pay back to them, how to hurt them, how to make them feel bad, because they hurt you. Okay, how's that makes you feel? Well, guess what? You're creating the jail from within yourself. But slowly and surely, it will enlarge the capacity of self-pity, erode your ability to trust and enjoy relationship, and generally drain the happiness out of your daily life. So basically, you put yourself in a jail. You're not anymore free. You begin into this cocoon or jail cell from within itself, and the happiness goes away from your life. So basically, instead of you being the free bird out of the cage, now you put yourself in that cage, because it's like, you know what, out there in the big bad world, they're going to be harmed. I'm going to be harmed for it. And guess what? That's what the indulgence is. Okay? That's what the indulgence is. You become introverts and stay home. Okay? Because you are in so much pain, and all you do is you're thinking how to get payback. Well, payback is not the right thing to do. Sin always the consciousness, like you're in a prison of your own defensiveness and rationalizations, eat you up slowly from the inside. Defensiveness. Your twin flame hurt you, right? Did they abandon you? Really? Did they abandon you, or you abandon yourself? Okay, so imagine you're in your inner jail in a cell, and your twin flame comes in to get you out of the jail, and you are like, no, I want you to come inside my cage. And you're like, no, I don't want to be in a cage. I'm not designed to be in a cage. And you kind of like bolt out. Now they feel abandoned. Okay, they feel abandoned. Well, they abandoned themselves in the first place into the cage. Okay, that's what this is. That's that mental jail that they created for it. And they want you to be under their rule within them, so they can be happy within that little jail from it. Well, you got to be free. You're destined to be free. And you don't want to, that's what in some of the cases, you're forced to let go of your twin because you want them to be happy. You want to release them. Okay, let them be happy, but you let them go because maybe you have that mental drill inside of you that you can overcome. They ask you to be free, but you can't be free. Why? Because you hold on to something past or whatever the situation is. Okay, and now you get in this defensive mode for it. And guess what? When you're in defensive mode, you go back into the jail. All right. Hi, Brooklyn. That point hit the target. Thank you for explaining. And more abandonment is usual. Yes. That what hit me yesterday like a ton of bricks. I was like, holy crap. I need to talk about this. I woke up this morning and like, I need to talk about this. I mean, this is a huge issue, but I look at it and it's like, it was kind of like related to pretty much all the stories with twin flames talks or consultations. When the people comes in and talk to me about the twin flame consultation, is like, dear, what should I do? What is this? And what I do one thing: point you back to your own selves. Okay, look what they did. Look what you do. Look what you did. Okay, what you have fear of love, and guess what? Because you have a fear to be loved, you give a little bit love, and just like, I'm afraid if I give you more food, what's going to happen? But guess what? You're in the jail, right? How much food can you give when you're in a jail cell? What you receive, okay, whatever they're going to bring you, they'll bring you a lot, but guess what? You consume everything, it's gone. And now you want to give something to your twin flame, but you don't have it because you're in the jail. A lot of the people, they don't realize what's going on from within. Seems like BS. A lot of the 5D stuff just seems like BS. Some of the 5 stuff, yeah, you gotta be very careful with the 5D, because 5D, it's only for certain times. okay? Because you might think that you're in a 5D, but is not, okay? That's true. They never hurt me. But they should be what's hurt and not them. Carlos, after 6 years of twin flame journey, I finally let the physical prison go. I had a huge sense of freedom. I no longer trust the universe, though. I just listen to my own heart now. A lot of the B5D stuff is just BS. You don't trust the universe. I was wondering, Carl Lucy, why you don't trust the universe? Because maybe the universe set you to the people who can help you to see the jail in you, and you broke that. And you might see like same thing like we were talking about, like Pluto drags you to the mud until you realize you're in the mud, and it's like, oh crap, I have to go clean up myself. And then it's like, well, the universe drags me to the mud. I'm not going to like the universe. Something new to think about it. For okay, let's see what else I got. You will never be free until you free yourself from the prison of your own false thoughts. There you go. That's how it look like. All that your own thoughts. I thought this might be. I thought that might be. I thought this could be. You need to look at it. One thing. CF Tech. Yes, that mod taught me a lot. I know. I know. It's been crazy with that mod, and a lot of realization. And I'm glad that CF you see that mod. And that's a lot of the twin flames. They're in the mud. Okay. And talking up here about this mud is sometimes if you're trying to help your twin flame who is in the mud, guess what? They're like, no, 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 no. I want to stay down there in the mud. I'm cool here. I'm okay. I'll no, just no. I don't want to evolve. I don't want to be anything. But guess what? You know, the universe drags them again through the mud, and they're like, something is not right. I feel this love for you, and I don't know what the hell to do. Well, you're in the mud. Free yourself. Let's go. Let's go clean you up. Let's go take a shower. Let's go clean up your own thoughts. Let's go clean up your process. Let's have communications. Let's get this. And guess what? And now you tell me, okay, you see, you're in the mud, but you told me that I came to help you from the mud. You say you want to stay there. Well, stay there in the mud. If you want to stay in the mud, then stay in the mud. That's what this is. A lot of the people don't realize this. That's come from themselves. They want to have these thoughts of things, and for it, okay. And because it's a false thoughts, the mud is the good place for me. That's what I like to be. But the soul's like, there is so much more out there. There is so much things with this. All right. And let's see if I got one more. Yeah, this right here was I liked it so much. It's a Barbara Ward. Every single ancient wisdom and religion will tell you the same thing. Don't live entirely for yourself. Live for other people. Don't get stuck inside of your own ego, because it will become a prison in no time flat. Where you live, in the universe, in the earth, in the solar system, in the house, inside of your head, in your ego, here you go. You will become a prison. You become the prison of your thoughts. And if you don't get unstuck out of this prison, there's nobody else can get you out. That's what the inner work is for about it. Because a lot of the twin flames, realizing or not, they don't look their own faults. They don't look what they did. They don't realize what they did. Okay? And guess what? They damage their twins, like trying to get them into the jail. And then, oof, they don't want to be in the jail. I don't want to be in the jail. Okay, I don't want to be like put in this place down there in the corner in the room and stay there on that corner, that room that it's for me. Okay, I need to be free with. We need to be free, not in separate jail, separate rooms, separate things. That's what that begins from within. Twin flames, it's about union, to unification, not to separation. And because you have a fears or anything, you live in your ego because you want to control everything. You want to control the relationship with the twin flame. Guess what? Here is the prison for it. And that prison is the reason for a lot of the twin flames not to be in union, because you don't want to be free. But Age of Aquarius is about you to be free. Okay, let's see. Brooklyn, you help them by getting yourself out of the mud, but don't worry about what they want to be. You're the leader. You get yourself unstuck, and they will get themselves unstuck. Yeah, sometimes when you help them to get out of the mud, they pull you into the mud. Okay, they broke you down, they leave you, they abandon you in the mud, and they think you're with them in the mud. Okay, guess what? You're free. You understand that you're in the mud. You figured it out that you're in the mud with them, and it's like, you know what? I came to help you to get you out of the mud, not you to bring me into the mud. Okay, now see yourself that you're in the mud. I gotta be free. I can't be in this mud with you. And you get out of that place. You get out of that mental prison they wanted to put you in, or that situations, or that codependency. Codependency is one of the biggest jail, okay, that people have. And bringing the codependency in there, I hear a lot of the twin flames is like, well, I need my twin flame so he can help me with this, or help me with that, or help me with this things on for it, and so on and so on. Well, guess what? You want them to do a job for you, not to be free. You want something they to do for you that you don't want to do yourself. And that is your whole. And you're feeling like your twin flame should fulfill your whole. They're not there to fulfill your whole. They are there to show, come on, you can do it on yourself. That is the whole. I fill up my half, you fill up the half, and you will become a one tank. 50-50. Okay? It's not like 10% and 90%. That doesn't work that way. Separation is an illusion. Brooklyn, yes, separation is an illusion. Okay? But separation as a process reveals the illusion. Okay? It reveals the illusion thoughts, separations lead you to this deep revaluations of the things. Casey, I agree. The person don't need to once realize that I wish her well. I think of her often, but I'm good now. Okay. Let's see if I'm missing something. There was no abandonment, just an illusion. They're always with us, always. Brooklyn, they can be with us from within if you would kind of like trap their energy from with us, and they have no escape for it. And guess what? When you keep them from within you, kind of like keep that energy of them stuck in you, and you don't let it go. And you have this pain that they're not with you, but they're with you from within your inner jail that you have in your mind. Okay? And now that energy is stuck from within you, and they're stuck. Just because you want to control and you want these things to happen so they can be with you. That is a huge no-no, because guess what? It's not freedom. Okay? It's not freedom. They have a free will to be with you or not, in that case. Okay? If they don't want to be with you, all they want to do is just they're going to stay away from you, because you keep their energy from within yourself, energy that should be combined and work together You put them in that inner jail of you, and you're like, yeah, they're always with me. Yeah, they're always with you, but how's that energy works from within you? Is it freeing you up, or is it empowering you up? It helps you probably during the daytime, but at the end of the day, when you put the night of the pillow, you're missing it. Is they're not there? There is no presence. It's only an energy of them that left in you because of this jail situation. Okay, Carl, I follow him in the mud, having to leave him. That is the one hardest thing I ever did in my life. He just represents me now. I just say I abandon him. There we go, Carl, Lucy. There you go. You tell them they're in the mud. You tell them there is a problem, maybe one, twice, three times, and they took it as a personal attack. And then they're like, you know what, we're done. Uh, this cannot continue like this anymore. Okay. And now they left you. And then you tell them, okay, well, stay in the mud. And they taking it as abandonment. Well, they abandon themselves. They abandon themselves. All you do, you were trying to get them out of it. So, Carlos, you don't feel bad about this. Is their process of realization is gonna, maybe the misery of life or situations in life or things that go is gonna go, and they're gonna repeat again and again until they don't realize that they cause all this. It's same thing in here, it's like I cause all this. All right. We're all guilty of something, but if you're guilty of something, go reevaluate yourself, see what your faults are, and it's like, okay, I learned my lesson. Okay, I'll have to keep higher, keep going forward. Brooklyn, no control here. We are a team, sent here a mission. We are free to express this lifetime to learn our lesson. He's free to love who he wants, but with who he wants, and I have the same freedom. Okay, Brooklyn, that is a good thing. That's what it is. But don't make this kind of like a requirements of things that you want to hold on to them. Okay, don't, because you might grab them for the clothes and hold them to the mental joys inside of you, or maybe they grabbed you, they hold you to their own self. All right, have honest conversation about your jail. If you're in a jail, if you have limitations, or if they reach out and it's like, hey, I have limitations, I can't be with you, da, 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 you will say, you will see the things. Okay. All right, let's see if I got here we go, and that's the last quote, I believe. Yes, it is. It's important to do what is best for you, whatever people approve it or not. This is your life. You know what is good for you, and remember, self-love takes strength. Self-love as a twin flame is always being reflections of the self. You, by doing the things on your own self, you standing up in your own ground, you standing up with foot on the ground and your head in the clouds, you show them the way that they can be. Okay, they not down there in the mud. You show them how it is, and it's up to them if they're going to follow this. It's up to you guys if you want to follow your own self. Okay, you might not realize that for some reason you may be in the mud. I didn't realize I was in the mud, but it hit me last night. It hit me last night that I was in the mud for my own self until things happens. So guys, I'm ready to take some questions right now, and seems like there was a very good topic. I seem like this more stuff is gonna coming in with this. Seems like kind of like it's got this pattern of following up things, like breaking out of the matrix, but before you're breaking out of the matrix in the society, break out of your own jail, the way you think, your thought process. I think that is kind of like a good follow-up within the videos. Okay. Are twins really set here for a mission that's thrown with some twins? So there is no mission. So the cigarette time, Casey's knife, are twin flames sent here for a mission that I'm struggling with some twins saying there is no mission. I think everyone is here for a mission. Now how is the twin flame mission different? Some of your mission as a twin flames is, I mean, you can, for example, you and your twin, for some reason, you love trees. You are tree huggers, okay? But you see all these places where they kind of like cut the trees down and there is no forest. So now you create a campaign and it's like, you know what, the forest been destroyed. Let's make this campaign. We're going to apply, let's say, like 1,000 trees, and we're going to have some people coming in and go, put some new trees in the ground, and we're going to do it. Okay, that's a mission. All right, that is something. Maybe you love animals. You create an animal shelter. Maybe you guys are architects and you come up with this clever idea to create a new style of homes, which is they're going to be more energetically provided. Like there is no corners, for example, in the rooms, because the corners collect sometimes energies that piles up. Okay, but if there is no corners, then the energy just kind of like goes smoothing around. You all know what I'm talking about. Okay, maybe that's as the twin flames, you can help other twin flames to get back on their feet. If you're teachers, if you are wherever it's your gift, there is something to do with it. We all have think from within. You all have a north node in your charts as an astrologer. You always know this is your tank that you need to achieve. Okay? That's it. You know that's what this is. All right. Let me light up my cigarette because in a little bit I have to have like 20 minutes to jump in my car. So if a twin doesn't do the inner work and there is no union, then do the mission myself, or maybe do the mission because no one was there to support and work. Casey, I went into this issue a long time ago. Is your twin flame doesn't want to do it, you have the power of doing it on your own. Yeah, it sucks, but don't forget about it. Maybe they wasn't meant to be with you. They were only meant to give you their essence of the soul from within you, so you can be able to do the things that you need to do. Because maybe they have a karmic license to do or something else to do, or basically they don't want to evolve, they change their mind, or maybe they even screw up their mind with friends or something. It's all different stories. I mean, I can tell you stories and stories and stories, but my friends, but my family, but we have a different caste or we are different religions. Okay, you guys have no idea how many stories I got throughout the years, and I'm still getting more and more of this. Okay, so basically if they don't want to work, the divine either is going to bring somebody else, or they're going to bring into it, as long as you have to be enlightened to do something. Okay, I mean there is a lot of the things, it's I mean, take a look at it, the stories within the legends. Okay, even the get whatever religion, or go look at it and search the legends. There was always someone that was a kind of like you know, tossing out of the part, and 10 the other half go out and save him. Okay, I mean, it's in the Hindus legends, it is in the Greek legends, it's in the Egyptians legends, and so on and so on. That's how we have these informations for it. Uh, you're Brooklyn, you're already in union, saying you aren't, just more separation consciousness. Yeah, well, separations of within consciousness, and when the new subconsciousness comes in, you understand that some things are not the way it should be. You put some kind of requirements of should, could, must be, and that is a lot of issues in Brooklyn. You know, that's very good to think. If you don't say yourself you're in a union, you're still in separation from within yourself. And if you say I'm going to union, I'm going to be working within union, yes. But what's going to happen in there if there was the illusion of within you, you're telling yourself illusion that you're in union, but you physically are not. And that is a problem, the point. So if you say you're in a union, but you are not, guess what? You create this requirement. The requirement, again, is a jail, okay? If you say, I'm not in the union, but you're not in the union, but guess what? Everything inside of you is energy. You're within union. Again, look at it, the both two sides of the coin, always, so you can get that portion. You have connection with your twin. Bottom down is this: you have connection. Okay, union or not union, you have connection. That connection has purpose. That's the bottom down. Okay, that's what this videos kind of like help me out more and more to understand you guys, but more and more to understand the things that it goes on from within. Okay, I mean, if you're focused within the union, okay, union is separate coin. Union takes the two people to face each other's, to solve their problem, to understand they are part of the same thing, and finally stop disagreeing with their soul. And guess what? Two things of the same soul and same vibrations, they become what? One soul. Here is your union in there. Okay? But we make things complicated with the mind. The mind and the ego can find 1,000 different things, just like I don't want to be in union. But the soul is going to be like, hey, look at just this thing simplified. Okay? Just look at it simplified. You guys having a connections. You guys have this beautiful love. Okay? Trust the love. And here you go. The ego shut up and you trusting the love. And now guess what? You're there, you're talking, and everything is beautiful. You got all these divine energies from within. And you're like, I could have been stupid. Well, you were stupid because the jail put so many requirements in there. You don't allow yourself to be in union. Okay, we should say not in physical union. Yeah, the physical union is something totally different. The physical union is, I don't want to explain it to you guys. This is like you look in the other side of, they have the same vibrations with you in the soul, and you breathe this soul together within universe and God. And you might know, maybe your twin flame and feels the same thing, but there is something magical in there. Miracles happen for some reasons. And you're like, what the heck? Ego can find all the thousands of differences, or the fear of love can find thousands of differences, this union not to happen, or separate from that union, okay? Or create something, or there was a program that was pre-created. But once they feel this, then it's like, what the hell is that? You know, especially in the people that were calling me with the premature unions. I was in a physical union, we were together, we lived together, and da 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 da. And guess what? End up to a same thing. The one person tried to put the other person in jail or in control. Instead, the both to be free. There is something, requirements, maybe lifestyles, or maybe something, the difference that wasn't worked out. That's what it is. The differences that they were not worked out. That's what you're not in the union. Respected sir, do twin flames ever meet before death? Uh, Hello, people. Hi, how are you? Thanks for being here. Um, did they ever meet before death? There is one of these moments of it. If you've been into a dark night of the soul, though, for a lot of the people who really haven't been into the dark night of the soul, I'm talking about when they shut you down, your brain, out of your anger, and you don't know what really happens. Those are the people who return back from the dead. Only they can explain this to you. You will meet them someplace. You will meet them somewhere. You're gonna be reborn. Okay, but does it really? You're going to meet them. That is a all depends of the things that you need to do before you die. Okay, usually for the people who are awakened and they met their twin flame and they have a soul connection, so a soulmate with purpose, we talk about here. uh, they met because that's how they recognize each other and they do it. But is there is a twin flames, they don't meet until death face them. Sometimes, according to some of the scholarships of the twin flames and things, it's been said that maybe your twin flames is up. It's your higher self and helping you to get things revealed up here. I don't budge on that so much out of it. So I hope that answer your question. All right, cigarette time. If you guys have some more questions. Carl, how do you start a new relationship with someone new and not feel guilty when you have that kind of connection with someone else? Very good thing. Usually, when you have a connection that broke off of the divine because of other partner, other situation, the divine sends you someone who's they put in higher vibes than the previous soul connection, and you have no choice but to follow the love. There is always a kind of like higher connections for it. You maybe end up with soulmates who comes in and help you to evolve in that state in the form of same energy as the twin flames, but it's always kind of like higher and higher, higher and higher until you reach that level, simply because somebody decide not to work with you, or some in karma had to be paid, or interference from third party, or maybe your person was in a third party relationship. I'd call another story right in there. There, and for whatever reasons, there could be so many reasons of a third party. When you are within twin flame relationships, if you hide that you have secrets about third party, okay, then the thing comes up within the relationship. Or I mean, that third party could be marriage, okay, and now you love this person that's married, and guess what, they don't know what they do, you don't know what they do, and now guess what, divine is like, he's got to go up, he's got to teach people. You don't want to work with him, guess what, I will deal with you later on. He's got to go, it's his destiny, okay, he can't stop. I'll bring somebody new. I'll help him. I heal him. I will do anything for him. Then guess what? Another soulmate comes in, and guess what? They cannot replace it, but they help you to move. They moved out, okay? Until it comes into a soulmate who's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna do it, and I'll do. And okay, and God says, okay, I'll give you the permission. I'll create this soul contract. But if that balls out, then there is something else going on. Okay, you gotta learn other things. So there is possibility of a new connection. I know some few people who have a new connections. Personal experience too. My astrologer predicts soulmate, but I don't desire that, sir. And why would your astrologer predict you a soulmate, but you don't want to accept it? What is your limitation, Hal? So if somebody doesn't love you, but you have someone who loves you and he's been sent by the universe to you, by God, this is like, if you look at it, the story with Adam, Lilith, and Eve, Lilith bolt out and she doesn't want to have nothing to do with Adam, and Adam is like, I can't fulfill my destiny, and God's like, come on, I'll bring you here, I'll create Eve. Now we can do things that you have to do for me. Kind of like break down a little bit the story. Maybe you should look at that limitations from within. Why you deny love? Maybe you deny love from within, or you deny love towards others. Take a look. I realize I try to start new connections to the divine seems to dissuade me, so I'm strongly sensing I need to want and you have plans for me. Yeah, the port with the divine is like when you surrender into the divine, you surrender for right now. Currently, I don't know what's going on with the divine. All I know is that tells me whatever is going to be present to you is going to come up in front of you. You're going to react when it shows you up, when it shows in the front of you. After that, don't worry about it. Okay? Don't worry. When the things come to you, deal with in the moment. Don't stress for the future and don't worry about it. Right now, you're in a different role, different positions. No more future things. Everything that you need to deal is within the present. And ever since then, I sleep better. I'm much better of 5Ds and all that stuff. I don't dream that much anymore. Thanks God. Before it was a lot. Now I dream less. I sleep more. I sleep a little better. I still waking up divine timing between 3 and 4 most of the time. But things got much better. Even right now with the heavy energy, I feel good. Okay. Last night I slept pretty good. Last night. Okay. Hi, beloved Empress. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Soulmate should be a collaboration, not necessarily a romantic thing. Could not be. It's still a part of a destiny. Okay, it's still. If it needs to be, will be. If it has to be, will be. If it's not meant to be, will not meant to be. For it, but that's what this says. Let's see what else. I feel ready for the love, no matter from. My twin will always be my twin or connecting to the highest. Nothing can trump that. Love is love. You can love him. Then both. I'm ready. Brooklyn, when you're ready, that's great. You tell the universe they are ready, that you are ready. And if that is really the truth, the universe will create everything that it happened. You gotta trust me on this. Okay, when you say I'm ready, and right now by your statement, you put in statement in public, and you say I'm ready, I really believe you, because when people posting things like this, they already not only believe, but they also know that they are ready, and that's what they make that statement out in the public. Very good thing. Give it to the divine and let the divine to work itself out. Good job, by the way, Brooklyn, on this. Good job. My twin flame spouse divorced him within 2 years. My twin married someone else. Being so focused on getting my twin back. You are focused, CJ, on getting them back because somehow they abandon you. Why did they abandon you in the first place? Take a look in there, CJ. Push by twin to other. You push them. Okay. Why you push them? What makes you push them, CJ? Smart. Stay in the present. Casey, you know what's going on. I know you'll be feeling that energy of the presence, and you know things. I know you're laughing now. Yeah. I mean, you can just put a smiley face there to know that you are doing it. I know that. Okay. Yeah, CJ, exactly. Yes. It's just so funny when I look at the chart and get your readings. I sense the energy that you guys put into the words, and I can just so good like this. I love the chat. The chat is good. Okay, Matthias. Thank you, dear, for confirming words. Yes, he's in 33 years. We're finally releasing on Earth about not stay in the mud. I'm glad that we are better. You well deserve it. There you go, Carl. You realize you're both in the mud. Guess what? You're both here in the earth. You're in the mud. Coming together, right? Get out of the mud and create things in the world. Casey. Yeah. That's why we're trying to make reunion happen without doing the inner work makes a bigger mess. Yes. A lot of the people, CJ, I'll put you here in the spot now, CJ, but that's going to help you. All right. So I was talking now here for the inner jail. Okay. So, for example, you just broke one bar and that inner jail of yours. Okay. And you try to escape to drop through that bar. You thought that you haven't escaped, but no, you haven't. Because inner work inside of you have to get out of that jail, not just break one bar. You try to cut corners with this inner work. You can't cut corners with inner work. You can cut corners, like if you're with the car and you kind of like, I know this bypass road, okay? You can cut corners. It's like, you know what? Well, the filling for the cake that I made, it's not going to be completely square. It wasn't enough. I'm just going to make it like a little corner cell cut. So it's going to look like some kind of hexagon type of thing. You can cut corners with certain things, but not with inner work. And if I look at you, see what kind of like inner work you are trying to kind of like cut, bypass, because you can't bypass it. It's always going to come back up, because you're still in the jail. That's why. What will be. Yes, exactly, Lisa. Sir, does the runner ever misses the feminine? The runner, okay, let me tell you something about the runner, okay? The runner begins to run out of a fear long before he actually runs away. The runner begins to feel that they have to become their true self. Since they cannot be their true self, they are prolonged this processing comes in impossible to them, so they facing their limitations. And then they're like, I already faced these limitations before. I didn't did the inner work. I'm not doing this inner work. I have a comfort zone. I'm not going to tell you my inner work, and I'm just going to run. But you have these feelings of the runner beforehand. They put you on a certain place, on a certain situation, in a certain program, because they feel like they cannot break these principles from within them. And the runner, they feel that missing part with you, because you actually came there to free them up. They want to be free, but they don't free themselves. You're there helping them out to free themselves, and guess what? They cannot free themselves. They're stuck in that mental jail. They will be in that mental jail until they don't realize that I have to free myself up. And in order you to free yourself up out of this mental jail is, guess what? Cut cords. We talk about the cutting cords, okay? Those cutting cords is, if you're in a toxic family, you get out of that toxic family. You just get off. Now you don't engage with this. Then if you have a toxic friends, someone who manipulates you over the years, so you have a friends who they are not happy and they're jealous of your happiness and they're telling you what, it's not for you. Since you don't have it, guess what? Since I don't have it, and you should not have it either. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't understand this twin flame things, but it doesn't seem like it's good for you. Have you ever heard some stories like this? And so on. Okay, as long as is this environment, this jail, wherever it is, you break free, it's up to the person. Okay, it's not up to anything else. This chat actually woke me up from my dream. See how far. I'm sorry, I want to apologize if you woke you up from my dream, but what dream? Maybe you gotta woke up into the reality. uh, what was that song of Eminem? Was like um, from the movie 8 millimeter. His favorite song. My God, I posted it. He was, "Oops, there is gravity." Kind of like back to reality. What was that? However, I cannot rap. Let's not make myself, but CF, no joke. Yeah, I know it's no joke. I left a run. Thank for her for wake me up her beautiful soul, but give her space to what she needs to work on. To do work needs to stop the freaking her out. Well, some of the people will freak out because you point out the things, and God, their fears is gonna come up. And when their fears comes up, it's like it all depends of, again, basic human behavior. What do you understand there? Uh, this is called collapse, Eminem. I think that's what it was. Yeah. There was some about mom spaghetti or whatever. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. His best song, his most popular song, I believe it was. You also connect more and more with the divine guidance. I learn to be gracious with myself and heal one step at a time. Yes, it is. Okay, well, I heard that yesterday. Yeah, kind of like, collective energy, isn't it? All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out because I have like 5 minutes to get myself in the car. All right. Sorry we could have stayed for a little longer. Tomorrow we're going to have another chat, and please, let's see what we are going to do. I will, what kind of like, how was Yoda say? I will meditate on it. See what I'm going to be meditate after this clip, and I will post what we're going to talk about and things. I have some few astrology readings to do tomorrow, and I'll appreciate for you guys being here. We've been working this work for the collective, and I wish you having a great day. Mercury retrograde. Few more days. Mercury retrograde is going to begin to kind of like preparing to stop and turn. But at the same time, the energy of Saturn stops. Mars is pushing. Venus is kind of like putting over there. This energies with Venus going towards union with Uranus, it's going to begin to feel more and more. And so many mixed energies. So maybe tomorrow I'm going to do a little emergency report, and after that maybe we're going to do some another video. But I will be promptly posted on the YouTube. By the way, if you send a message, follow the link for the video, because sometimes my schedules change all of a sudden and I have to do some other things. Okay, guys. So be patient with yourself. Work on you. Take reflections of the things. And thank you for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Be love.